Hey, so what we're going to look at in this video is our sub-account admin area and how you can use this to set up your end user and give them a login to our grey labeled platform so that they can actually log in, they can check, or they can connect their own devices, see their messages and so on through our dashboard as well, but under the grey label brand. So I'll just explain very briefly and then I'll go into some detail on how to set this up. So in here we've got our sub-account admin. So we've set up a user in here. Now you can give that user the login details and they can go to here, which is our grey label portal. So connect.mysmsgateway.app. And then when they log in here, you can see it's grey labeled and they've got a much simpler portal. So they've only got some basic stuff in here. So dashboard, their messages, their sub-account SIM and their devices, and then contacts, which we're adding at the moment as a new feature in here as well. But this will just let them log in and then they can see their account in here. And you can also iframe this as well. So if you want to iframe this and add this into your high level account, you can see here we've got this iframed with a custom menu link in the navigation there, and you can iframe that into your high level account as well. So I'll just go through this and just explain how this works basically. So I've got one account already set up here. If you want to set up a new one, I'll explain a few things here. So when we create an account, we'll give this a name, obviously, and test that test.com. Now, you're going to need to assign a workspace to them. So this is already assuming you've gone through the setup and you've already created an account for this user and you've assigned or you've pulled their workspace in or their sub-account in. So we'll go in here and we're going to say that we will give them access to this account. All right, so they're going to give them access to this sub-account. Now here what we can do is we can assign a device amount to them, or a number of devices that they can see or use. Now there's two ways to use this in here. We can either just assign a number of devices to them. So I'm going to say, hey, one device, for example, in here. So you can add, or this user will be able to add one Android device. Now, if I don't assign any device to them, that means that they would have to go and add it themselves in the dashboard. Or if I've actually set it up for them already, or I've helped them to set it up, I could select the device here and say, all right, I'll give them access to this device. Now, I don't have to. As I said, I could just say, look, I'm going to allow them to add one device and give them the number of devices they can add, or I can select the number of devices they've got access to and I could pick the device for them. So if I don't actually assign a device for them, that means they would then have to go in and add their device. So in the gateway here, we go to devices, we can see here they would go through the steps and they would have to add the device themselves using our install steps as normal basically. All right, so hopefully that makes sense. It's basically you can just tell them how many devices they've got allowed for them, or you can tell them how many devices they've got allowed and then you can give them access to devices that you've already got set up. All right, now then you also got to say whether their account is active, give them a password, and then if you provide them with those login details, then they will have access to the grey label dashboard. Now I'll show you for this one that I've got set up here anyway. So this is just the test one I've already got. Okay, now I've just assigned one iMessage account to this, and I've already assigned a device to that account which has already been set up on our end. So if I look at this account in here, I can see here in my dashboard, all right, I'll be able to see if there were any messages getting sent through on there. I'd be able to see the messages in here as it loads. Okay, I think my internet is having trouble while I'm recording at the same time. If I go to the sub-accounts area, I'd be able to see the devices in here, and I would be able to actually connect the devices in here. And then I can see the devices in here. If I go to iMessage, I can see this actual device in here as well. So that's pretty much it. It's just really to give your clients a simple end user login. And importantly though, it's all grey labeled. It's under this connect.mysmsgateway.app account in here. And then you can also, as I mentioned, if you want to, you can grey label that and put that into your high level account as well, so that your clients can get access to their devices and their messages in there.